What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Thursday, December 17th of 2020. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. As always, I appreciate you for being here. Yesterday was kind of just like a ramble. I guess I just wanted to talk to you guys. Took a few days off, right? And I guess I just wanted to share some life with you. It wasn't as much of a horoscope as usual, but today we're going to jump back into it, and we're going to show the charts because today is a big day. Oh, well, we were going to show the charts, but apparently I wasn't ready to show the chart. Let's see some chart. Boom! Aquarius. Well, Saturn's here. So let's take a look at Daddy. It's going to be with the moon. They're going to meet right at 0 degrees when they both come in. So this is definitely a big shift today. This is the next 3 years of our life, right? With Saturn and Aquarius. So this deals with electricity. This deals with internet. This deals with rebellion. This deals with connection. And Saturn definitely, I think it wants to bring the people together, but there has to be this disconnect from Capricorn. And that's why Aquarius comes after Capricorn. It is this like new energy, this new innovative, breaking away from what things are supposed to look like or what people think everything needs to look like, and it's coming into something different, and it's taking a step back up into another place to objectively look at things and to be very intelligent and smart and to come at things from a different structure and to come at things from maybe taking different responsibilities in life, and it's more individuated. So there's this energy, right? And we've had Mars here in Aries for a long time, retrograded, still in shadow at 21 degrees, really starting to press on the square over to Pluto. This is big time, energy coming up. And this Mars has been trying to teach us how to find our courage, how to find our individuality, how to find where we want to go and what gives us vitality and what gives us energy within ourselves. And, with Saturn coming into Aquarius, with Jupiter coming in a day, and really getting that exact conjunction on the 21st next Monday. So Jupiter's a couple days out, but this is a major, major shift. And it brings up a lot of Taurus energy, closing that cycle from the last Jupiter-Saturn in Taurus of finding our value, finding our self-worth, our self-love, and how we can manifest from that place. And money was a big deal. And money is always going to be a part of our life, but now it's different. And with Aquarius, right, we're looking at the internet. So as I'm filming this, Bitcoin has reached new all-time highs. It broke through 20,000. It's up to $21,000 like a Bitcoin. So this is new. This is a game changer. This is new charted territory. It's ironic, and at the same time, it's not. That right when Saturn came into Aquarius, we're seeing this internet currency of what could be the foundation and structure of a new system. So interesting stuff going on, definitely with currency, with money and values. And we're closing that cycle out. Now we're coming into a place where you have to be smart. You have to know how to use the internet to your advantage. You have to know how to use certain resources. And we have to learn how to connect. People are very important with Aquarius. It is very humanitarian. It's very connected in that way. But we got to remember Aquarius, right? It is the waves. That's the terrible Aquarius glyph. Let's see if I can do any better. We'll roll with that. God, I'm such a bad drawer. All right. It is like Capricorn and then Aquarius. It's the wave. They break away from each other. So it is like we're coming into this space of doing things differently. And it's more individual, it's more rebellious. So there's this rebellious energy, and especially with Black Moon Lilith, the other rebellion in Taurus, it's like if you're not going to hold your values to the highest standard within yourself and rebel against anything that tries to take that value of your sovereignty and yourself away, this is the times we're in. And there's a major split, and it shows even when you look at the Aquarius glyph of the waves splitting. So we're coming into this split collective. It's already been split, but it's about linking up with the people that got your back, linking up with people that see the vision that you see. And it's going to be very hard to convince some other side that isn't seeing things the way that you are. It's going to be very, like, there's no point in trying to change someone's mind. I think stories are being written, and coming off that eclipse, like, if you aren't ready to rewrite the new story and let the old story die off and come into this place being a little bit smarter, especially with a North Node in Gemini, there's a lot of air that's being, coming in. Like, we're going to see the most Aquarius in February that we've seen since like 62. It's like so much Aquarius energy. So it's smart, it's objective, it wants to look at things from a higher plane. It's very Uranian. So there's also this unpredictable side of Aquarius and Uranus too, which Uranus will be squaring the moon today in Aquarius. So already, like, we're feeling like things can be all over the place emotionally, and we really have to take a step back, and we can't just fall into traps emotionally today and get lost. We kind of have to disconnect from things and see where the electricity is at within our own self, within what we feel connects us to something amazing, what connects us to the story that we want to write today. So that's very important. And yeah, we got this huge cycle of Jupiter and Saturn coming. And they're going to both square Uranus in Taurus. And we can already feel that with Saturn. So there's a huge unpredictability. Uranus, Aquarius, it's very unpredictable. And, I want to give predictions here. And I kind of have in the past. And I'm going to continue to do it. But, I mean, really, the best prediction is that the unexpected should be expected for the next year. Especially like all of 2021. And it's how we can, connect to the things in life that show up out of nowhere, and how we can find the electricity and find our rebellion and our courage to be in our truth and our individuality, and not let things outside of us take us away from that. And we look at Pluto too at 23 degrees, like, it's just fascinating, like all these 23s. Like, we've had new moons since Libra at 23 degrees, which is 5. We're coming into a 5 year in 2021. And 5 is Mercury. We have a North Node in Gemini, which is Mercury ruled. We have to really be smart and hermetic and mercurial and look at things objectively and look for facts, and not just like let something tell you what you need to do. You have to look for facts in your own life that resonate with you and feel legit and feel like they're going to make your environment thrive, and that they're part of the story you want to live. And if they're not, these are where we have to make these decisions. And that's why it's very in the middle. So it's very split, again, with 5 being right in the middle. It's interesting. And in looking for intelligent facts that don't even have to come from a hard science base, because we're going to see science emerge here with this. Like, Aquarius is very scientific too. We're going to see science like go rampant, and there's going to be false gurus with the South Node in Sagittarius. Like, science is going to become like a new religion, and that's kind of scary to me. And I know some people love science, and I do, but science always gets disproven. So, there's going to be a lot of things that get disproven. There's going to be a lot of experiments and scientific things coming out, and we got to remember to hold our sovereignty, hold our values very highly, and, build off that in a new way with this energy. So this is big time stuff, and then we got Chiron here coming out of retrograde. So, like, we've been dealing with this Chiron in Aries, like, of finding our identity and finding our truth and being able to move forward and initiate the life we want, and not hold on to wounds about ourself or self-doubt or self-pity. And to not be the victim. Chiron in Aries wants to be the victim because it doesn't think it's good enough. So we have to all embrace our values and know that we're good enough, and we don't need something outside of ourselves to bring us to a place of harmony and balance and power within ourselves. True sovereignty. So it's good that Chiron's out of retrograde. It's still gonna deal with shadow, and it's very stationed right now. So it's like, did we learn the lesson of how valuable and strong we actually are if we're in our truth and if we're connected to something bigger, which we are? Or are we going to give that power to someone else? Which, to be honest, Mars squaring Pluto for the third time is it's literally giving your power to some hidden government agenda. And it's like, did you fall for that trick? Or do you believe that you're a very powerful, sovereign, magical being that you are? And I know most of you do that watch this channel. So it has to be said, because people are going to fall for that spell. And that doesn't make them a bad person. It really doesn't. Like, people are trying their best in all around. And the spell's heavy, especially with Neptune squaring the nodes. And Neptune and Uranus are basically in a semi-square, and they were for the last 2 years before I even started doing these videos. So they're breaking off of this semi-square, which was the media against the people. Uranus is the people too. So it's like, you either found your spirituality and your connectedness to the greatness and the wholeness of this universe, or you're spelled by a very structured Capricorn reality, and just being shackled to it. And that's where people are going to stay. So this is a very big day to find your power, to find your individuated state, to look at things objectively, especially with Mercury and the Sun here in Sagittarius. We're rewriting our brain. We're rewriting our intuition and the stories that we want to live in, our beliefs. Beliefs with that South Node in Sag coming off that eclipse, beliefs are going to be shattered moving forward in 2021, 2022. Like, people that are just so set in that they know everything and they have this whole reality figured out are going to be, it's just going to be like broken glass. So we have to rewrite the understanding and listen to our intuition. You know, in Sag, it's not so much factual, just like it's not Gemini, where you're looking for facts and objectivity. It's universal, it's expansive, it's a different philosophy of looking outside the box and growing in that sense. And Mercury doesn't like it there. So it is Mercury's detriment position with the Sun. So it's like we're getting the message on a soul level, and like you have to trust that message. You have to trust that intuition that you can rewrite something amazing in your life and go on in a really an amazing adventure, because I think that there's going to be two worlds here. And, you know, if you're in your heart space, you're in love with yourself, with the world, with others, there's definitely beauty to be had, but, you know, it's going to come with a little bit of work. And we just got over the mountain of Capricorn. We're on our way down. And you know what? Going down the mountain isn't always the easiest thing either. So we definitely have to, it's a big day to realize where you want to go, what you want to do for yourself, and how you want to bring that to the collective, and who you want to link up with, and who has your back, and to figure all that stuff out. Venus in Sagittarius is going to start trining Chiron. It's like the beauty of self-worth. Like, we can really expand that beauty if we want to explore the deeper parts of ourselves and really move forward with confidence and passion and courage. And this will help with relationships. So relationships can definitely be working through some hard times. Venus in Scorpio is a hard place. Again, detriment for Venus. So we just came out of that energy. And it came out, you know, sextiling Jupiter and Saturn. So this is I would say this is a very big day coming into this Thursday, and then getting ready for the great conjunction on Monday. Like, this is like, do you know your value and your sovereignty? And are you really going to step into it? And are you going to individuate into your truth? Or are you going to keep following some weird story that doesn't even show love? I think we got to look for love. That's very important. Just for fun, let's just look at these dignity scores. Saturn, daddy, +10. Loves Aquarius. It is Saturn's home too, as well as Uranus. So Saturn is daddy, and he's going to be daddy for a long time. He's going to be calling the shots, except for when the Sun comes into Leo and, you know, short transits in between. But Saturn is calling the shots still. But Saturn in Aquarius will let you step away if you're smart, and will let you figure out something new. So that's the way out, is to figure something new and to use that Saturn to build the structure that you want from a different place. Jupiter, -9, but coming into Aquarius, Jupiter does not mind Aquarius. It'll be fine there. It's going to open up doors, but you're going to have to do it in some rebellious kind of way, or Saturn will use Jupiter to expand some sort of structure and control on you and restriction, so we don't want to do that. Mars +7 in Aries, so the two malefics are calling all the shots, and they have been for a long time, and we want to use that Mars, absolutely use that Mars to our advantage to find the courage to move forward. Venus -5 because of placement. And then Mercury -10 in detriment, and a Sun at +3. But remember, the Sun's going to come into Capricorn and Aquarius, where it's like the two least favorite positions of the Sun, minus Libra. Like, the Sun doesn't like being in Capricorn. It's the darkest, it's Saturn ruled. And then Aquarius is, of course, the detriment position, so one of the worst places for the Sun too. So the next, like our luminary, our Sun, our light is going to be dimmed for the next few months. So we have to have that internal light. We have to make up for the Sun going into these positions and have that light illuminate from within. And the moon, every time the moon comes into Leo now, it's going to be a fight for your courage and your passion and to really like expand your heart and your love. So there's a lot going on with the astrology. We're coming into major shifts. So I want you guys to all really find your truth, your identity, your love, your passion, and step into that 100% and do it from your own rebellious, instinctual nature of what you know is best for yourself from within, and trust that intuition, because you don't need anything outside of you to tell you what's going to keep you safe or protected. We're much more powerful, strong beings than that. And that's the greatest spell ever, that you need something outside of yourself to keep you on this planet. Like, that's absurd. I'm sorry. Wow, the death card reversed. Woo! I mean, we really are starting new chapters in our life. And if we're willing to drop that old story, there's absolutely beauty. But if you're scared to drop the old story, it is almost like death. And you might not even die, but you might get stuck in a really dark, weird place for a long time. And the objective of this death card reversed is to not be scared of new beginnings, to not be scared of something beautiful by letting something leave. So we got to let something leave, and we can't be scared of death. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Why'd we get the death card? Oh my God, the Tower card. The reality is shattering. The Mayans were right. And this Neptune and these eclipses have triggered that 2012 calendar ending, and we are stepping into a new world. And you know what? It's going. And if you don't have the courage to let that just go and build something amazing for yourself, it's a weird place we're coming into. Like, 2021 isn't going to be like all sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be really weird. Aquarius is weird. It's weird. But that doesn't mean it's not better. That doesn't mean it's not a better place. But if you're scared to let that old reality crumble and step into something better, don't do that. It's not going to be good. What's the Astro Dice have to say? We got Pluto, 12th house in Capricorn. Wow. The greatest spiritual structure is within you, and it's your soul. And if your soul is connected to everything and the universe and the oneness and source, you're going to have a very strong foundation and you're going to be very strong within yourself, and you're going to be able to climb any mountains. But if you're scared to let go of the old one, it's going to feel like you're trying to escape from a horror movie. And you're going to be shackled to some weird thing, and it'll be like Saw, and you're going to have to play some weird game. Play your game, and play your game from a place of your spiritual truth, that you're a divine being, and hold that light. And that's the greatest power you could have right now, and that will actually get you to the top of anything you need in life. So, I love you all very much. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for Friday's horoscope. Peace.